Let's come over. I'm going to turn this. Now that doesn't apply. Let's look at this one. This layout, I like this layout better. Yeah, membership's going to be really nice. They have comment box. I don't know. They do have a dice roller like D&D Beyond does. It looks almost exactly like D&D. Notifications. Library. Nope, I'd like to close it. My groups. I would assume there's a place to do that. I'd have to look it up. Oh, it's Discord or forums. Okay, so it's not actually built into the tool itself. Okay. That's fine. Let's switch over to PathBuilder. Let's say I'm going to make a level 5 character. Now this one, I'm going to try to go for a specific build. The other one, I was just kind of screwing around. Hide plan. Oh, I guess that's... I just want to look at my character sheet. Okay. Ancestry. See, halflings are common, but halflings aren't in the other system. Neither are gnomes. Dwarf, elf, goblin, and human were the only 4. Halfling and gnomes were not there. So I'm assuming all the commons will be unlocked by default. Hero points or inspiration. Got you. Uncommon Azraketi. Amphibious being. Requires you to return to aquatic environments at least once every 24-hour period.
Oops, I'm so sorry. I kicked your shoe.
So scared the shit out of me. Thank you. Azraketi, sorry. Cappy Scare, yeah. Thank you, Cappy.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Merfolk, okay. Catfolk, makes sense. Wait, what else does this say? Let me read these. I'm gonna read these. Languages I don't care about. We'll worry about that later. 20 feet land, 30 feet water. So they're slower on land, but faster on water. Interesting. That'd be cool for, like if you were doing a pirate-themed campaign. Creature with low light vision can see in dim light as though it were bright light. Also ignores the concealed condition due to dim light. So not dark vision, but low light. Okay. Oh, do you normally have to roll athletics to swim in Pathfinder? While you're an amphibious being capable of being on land and water, you require return to an aquatic environment every 24 hours. You must submerge in water in order to rehydrate your water acclimatized skin. If you fail to do this, your skin becomes cracked and your gills become painful. After 24 hours outside of water, you take -1 status to fortitude saves. After 48 hours, you struggle to breathe air and begin to suffocate. Jesus. But yeah, really only want to use this in aquatic themed campaigns. Otherwise, your friends are like dragging a cart with a giant bucket of water in it for you. Catfolk is self-explanatory. Low light vision. Same thing as the other creature. Okay. You need to roll for an unusual movement modes like swimming, climbing. Don't have a speed for that. If you don't have a speed for that, and you usually move at like half or quarter of your land speed. Interesting. I think in D&D, swimming and climbing are half your movement speed, just by default. Unless otherwise noted by like skills or ability. Land on your feet. Got the whip set up with the hot tub in the back for your merman, bro. Yeah, dude. If you have a swim speed, you swim as naturally as you would walk. Yeah, that makes sense. When you fall, you only take half the normal damage and you do not land prone. Okay. Fetchling. Dark vision. That's it. What is a fetchling? Oops, wrong thing. Fetchling. Once human and now something apart, fetchlings display shadow plane ancient influence through monochrome complexion, glowing eyes, and casting supernatural shadows. Interesting. So kind of like a cross between undead, tiefling, and like ethereal. Kind of like abyssal. Huh. Okay. Shadow humans, essentially. Your sharp teeth and powerful jaws are fearsome weapons. I thought you and your jaws. You have a jaws unarmed attack that deals 1d6 piercing. Your jaws are in the brawling group. Yeah, there's no shadow plane that I'm. A creature with low light vision can see. Okay, that's low light vision. Ripley. Small. Oh, frog dudes. Happy, there's a frog race.
What are they called?
Ripley's.
Ripley. Hi.
Shut up. Ripley's are treetop survivalists who harvest their home's bounty and defend themselves against terrible threats. Alright. Cool. Frogman. I like that. A Gripply gunslinger, so it's a frog with a Glock. Wait, what's the movement speed on Gripply? 25, okay. Ability boosts strength and wisdom, that makes sense. Dex and wisdom, sorry. Okay, hobgoblins are big goblins. Essentially. Kitsune, what are these, fox people? Weird. Shapeshifters? Shapeshifters with two forms. A fox-headed humanoid, and one largely depending on where they were raised. Interesting. So it's a shapeshifter, but you only have two shapes. Yeah, you transform into a specific alternate form determined by your heritage. Changing shape counts as creating a disguise for the impersonation use of deception. You lose any unarmed strikes you gained from a Kitsune heritage or ancestry feat in this form. Huh. Kobold. Sick. Oh, interesting. You draw minor powers from your Draconic Exemplar. Choose a type of chromatic or metallic dragon to be your exemplar. This determines your scale, color, and appearance, and dragons sometimes look more favorably upon those kobolds that resemble them. So kobolds kind of get the dragonborn stuff. Leshy. Ooh, sick. No way. Sylvan. Makes sense. Leshy plant. Traits Leshy, plant, and small. You gain nourishment in the same way plants or fungi that match your body type normally do through the combination of photosynthesis, absorbing minerals with the roots, or scavenging from decaying matter. Typically do not need to pay for food. If you normally rely on photosynthesis and go without sunlight for 1 week, you begin to starve. You can derive nourishment from specialty formulated bottles of sunlight instead of natural sunlight, but these bottles cost 10 times as much as standard rations. Guardians and emissaries of the environment, Leshies are immortal spirits of nature, temporarily granted physical form. Leshies are born when a skilled druid or other master of primal magic conducts a ritual to create a suitable vessel. Self-sufficient from the moment the ritual ends, so they do not depend upon the druids for care, though it is not uncommon for Leshies to maintain lifelong bonds with their creators. Not all Leshies have a strong enough spirit to take off completely on their own, however. Weaker nature spirits can only form tenuous bonds that are just strong enough to animate tiny bodies. These spirits become Leshy familiars, acting as a companion to their druid creators. Independent Leshies are often protective of such Leshy familiars, advocating for them to be treated with dignity and respect. That's cool, dude. Having like tree people? What do they look like, generally? Oh god. Oh no. I saw this and immediately went cactuar. Oh man. Look at that. He looks so happy. Oh my god, that's adorable. It's like an unripened strawberry face. Oh my god. I'm gonna make a Leshy druid. Why would you not make a Leshy druid, right? That's just screaming for that. Little cactus boy. I'd want to make a fungus. I'd want to make a mushroom bro. Little mush man. What, does it give you options when you're building them? Act. It does? Okay. Nagaji. Snake people. Orc, rat folk, Tengu. Birds. Are Tengu flightless? Because it doesn't say anything about a flight speed. They get flight much later. Ah, okay. Vanara. Prehensile tail. What is this? Just like a monkey? Oh, monkey man. Monkey-like humanoids with short fur and expressive eyes. Be a monkey monk. What do we have? Rare. A naughty. You can change into a human or spider shape. Okay. Android. Emotionally unaware. Instructed. Androids are built and are emotionally unaware machines. Automatons have cores infused with essence that houses your soul or life energy. Okay. I'm essentially playing an automaton in D&D right now. Yeah, my D&D character is Warforged, so... And I've built him essentially with automaton stuff. Honrasu? Plant. You can enter a meditative healing state as a 10-minute activity when exposed to direct sunlight, in which case you recover 1d8 hit points at 3rd level, and every 2 levels after that it increases by an additional 1d8. Honrasu. Whoops. Huh. Whoa! So this is like Miyazaki Castle in the Sky type stuff. This is cool. Onwasu are shards of cosmic force given consciousness who construct intricate exoskeletons to interface with the mortal world, both an integral part of the underlying process of the universe and are strangely set apart. Onwasus look to aeons to understand their existence. They aren't entirely clear as to their own origins. Some historians think that they are a failed experiment of a wizardly cabal. Others a splinter of artificers from an ancient Jitsaka Imperium, who desperately hoped to bind a pleroma to bolster their army, but who accidentally conjured shattered scraps of the Aeon instead. What is the Aeon? Is that like... What's that? Are Aeons gods? No. They simply create the results they insist through their strange envisioning of communication and are necessary to maintain the balance of the multiverse. Huh. Okay. Flesh warp. Aberration. No way. Oh, sick. People whose forms were created or radically transformed by magic, alchemy, or unnatural energies. Their unorthodox appearance can make it difficult for them to find a place for themselves in the world. Oh man, that is awesome. Goron. Oh, another plant. Oh. These are like actual humanoids. Actual plant people. Galoma. Galoma. Like horse people? Doesn't really say. Humanoids with a rough skin that ranges in color from worn brown to ebony, although sickly gray or white individuals with albinism are not uncommon. Their fingers and feet are coated with a thick layer of chitin. Galoma's face is an oblong wedge made of smooth chitin, almost resembling a wooden mask. Protruding from this face are eight gelatinous shining eyes. The Galoma's mouth and jaw are located beneath their faceplate, and a bony crest from the top of their chitinous visage. The back of a Galoma's head and neck is coated with black hair that is filled with thousands of tiny peering eyes. These eyes tend to glow and squirm as they look around. Ugh. Weird. What if Predator was a wuss? Oh, man. Kashiriri. Empathetic scent and a glowing horn? What are these, like unicorns? Kashirishi, sorry. Oh no, they're like rhino men. Bro, rhino dudes? Sick. They're able to get a vague sense of the current emotional state of those within 15 feet of them. This manifests as a general feeling of happiness, anger, or fear without any specific details. For those with whom Kashirishi have an emotional connection, physical touch can heighten the sense to greater degrees of detail and understanding, increasing with the strength of their bond. This also functions as an imprecise sense, alerting you to the presence but not the precise location of non-mindless creatures within the area. You get a +2 circumstance bonus to perception checks to sense motives against non-mindless creatures within your area. Your horn reacts to psychic energy by softly glowing. The horn emanates dim light in a 10-foot emanation until the start of your next turn. Whenever you use an occult action you gained from an ancestry feat, or cast an innate occult spell, or cast a spell that has the mental trait. Oh. Weird. Poppet. Materials or body resist ailments that assail the flesh. You have a weakness to fire equal to 1/3 of my level. What is a poppet? Is it a puppet? Oh my god. Dude, there's got... Please tell me there's a Poppet Heritage that's marionette. Interesting. Bone feathered. A wind-up toy? That's adorable. Shoonie. Blunt snout. Oh my god. That's an adorable story for a Poppet. It's a kid's knight and horse toy. You could just be like a paladin, essentially. There's a pug. Yeah, I like this awesome, like, warrior pug with, like, a really bad underbite. He's doing the little pung curl tongue thing. Skeleton. Yay! No need to really go into that one. You have the basic undead benefits found on page 44, including low light vision. For your undead hunger, you don't eat flesh like ghouls, but you drink blood like vampires, but you do collect bones to use them to mend yourself. Sprite. Tiny. I don't know, I'd want to play a tiny creature. That's just scary. Oops. Smash! A little pocket knife. Oh, that's cool. You could, like, a bat. That would be adorable. Strix. Powerful wings. Oh, interesting. So these are like, fuck. There's a creature. Can't think of the name of. Vishkanya. Vishkanya? Ophidian humanoids. Ah. So these are like the time traveling people from that episode of Star Trek, Next Generation. Spoiler. Human-like in appearance with Ophidian features that become clear in close proximity. They are naturally tall and lithe with golden eyes, vertical pupils, and a forked tongue. Smooth scales range from earthly tones to browns to greens. Interesting. So there's secretive snake people. Huh. So what's the difference between common, uncommon, and rare? Is it just like how frequently you would interact with another race of that type in your game, essentially? Ask the DM's permission. Orcs? Seriously? Half orc is common, orc is wait. Where's half orc? Is half orc like a subclass of human or something? Alright, let's go with dwarf. Half-orc is a heritage you could pick on at least human. Huh. Okay, dwarf. Cleric. Okay, most of these are self-explanatory. Alchemist, barbarian, bard, champion? Emissary of a deity. Oh, so this is like a paladin. Are there not there are not paladins. Okay, these are paladins. Think a paladin but can be good and evil? Paladin is a lawful good champion. Well, technically speaking, paladins in D&D can also be evil, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Cleric, druid, fighter, gunslinger. I know what that is from crit roll. Inventor. You rely on your inventions as much as possible, testing their functionalities under a variety of conditions. You don't set out to achieve anything as banal as simply winning a fight. You seek to collect valuable data that can be used to improve your creation. A chaotic evil champion is anti-paladin. Yeah, alright. So they're paladins. From my perspective, they're just paladins, because paladins can be good and evil. If champions can be good and evil, that's fine too. Oh, okay. I get it. So it's kind of like champion is the class, paladin is the subclass. Okay. Okay, I get it. Ah, okay. Investigator. You seek to uncover the truth, doggedly pursuing leads to reveal the plots of devious villains, discover ancient secrets, or unravel other mysteries. Your analytical mind quickly formulates solutions to complicated problems, and your honed senses identify even the most obscure clues. Wielding knowledge as a weapon, study the creatures and dangers you encounter to exploit their weaknesses. So this is like a support class. At level 20, your GM cannot give you incorrect information. Like a brainy rogue. Huh. Okay. Like I'm saying a support class from the aspect of, due to their investigation into enemies and things of that nature, they can supply boons to the party against certain combat scenarios or banes to the enemy, depending on information that they've gained in the past or whatever. They're martial with less straight power but more utility. Very niche. They get to roll and hold a dice for... Holy shit. So it's like a choose your luck, essentially. God damn. Expert in perception. Trained in fortitude, expert in reflex and will. Trained in society, and one more skill determined by your methodology. And in a number of additional skills equal to 4 plus your intelligence modifier. Whoa. Light or unarmored defense, simpler martial weapons. Trained in the investigator class DC. Okay. Sherlock Holmes from the Robert Downey Jr. movie. Okay. That helps. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the concepts from the movie, so I get it. Magus. Channel spells through your bot. Wait. Wizard exists. Okay. Because your spells are per day are limited, you often rely on trusty, carefully chosen cantrips and focus spells. So kind of like a warlock. Constitution, yeah, okay. Magus is Hexblades and Blade Singers. Okay. So, Hexblade Warlocks, Blade Singing Bards. Wait. Monk, Oracle, Psychic, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Summoner, Swashbuckler, Thaumaturge. I guess a Witch is close to a Warlock. I haven't looked at it yet, but we'll get there. One of these is going to be focusing on occult magic, I would assume. When you attack with a weapon, your spell goes off. Oh, yeah. You know, if I had read, that would have helped. You channel spells through your weapons or body to hit an enemy with powerful attacks and spell combinations. If I miss the attack, you miss with both. Actually, really interesting. Monk? I know what a monk is. Oracle. Your conduit to divine power eschews the traditional channels of prayer and servitude. You instead glean divine truths that extend beyond any single deity. You understand the great mysteries of the universe embodied in overarching concepts that transcend good and evil or chaos and law. Whether they're because you perceive the common ground across multiple deities or circumvent their power entirely. You explore one of the mysteries and draw upon its power to cast miraculous spells. But that power comes with a terrible price, a curse that grows stronger the more you draw upon it. Your abilities are a double-edged sword, which you might uphold as an instrument of the divine, or view as a curse from the gods. So this is like a divine sorcerer. Essentially. Open close tab. Oracle class. You draw upon your mystery to empower yourself in combat, balancing miraculous effects with the increasing severity of your curse as a conflicting divine demands overtaxing your physical body. You cast spells to aid your allies and devastate your foes, or depending on the mystery, you might wade into battle yourself. An oracle is basically a divine sorcerer of 5th edition, except that in Pathfinder, it's slightly inaccurate because sorcerers can already be divine. Okay. Interesting. Psychic. A psychic spellcaster, okay. They have a curse that affects them. Ranger, Rogue, those are self-explanatory. Sorcerer seems different. You didn't choose to become a spellcaster, you were born one. That's the same. The power in your blood carries a risk, however, and you constantly face the choice of whether you'll rise to become a master spellcaster or fall into destruction. So it seems like an oracle and a sorcerer are similar. Like, oracles are actively damaging themselves with their abilities, whereas sorcerers... Sorcerers, you can pick one of the 4 spell lists. Okay, Oracle is divine. Sorcerers can be arcane, divine, primal, or occult based on a subclass. You and your Eidolon fight together as one. You can rely on your Eidolon for mundane challenges, saving your spells for when they're needed most. That seems very, very vague. They don't really go into much detail about that. They're just like, you can summon a creature, and you can do stuff. Summoner has a JoJo stand. I don't know what that means. You and it share health. So it's, the summon is like, essentially the Eidolon is essentially like a creature-based extension of yourself. Summoner builds their own special creature and summons it, and then you control both. Do you both have 3 actions? Like, do you and your creature have 3 actions separate from each other, or do you share 3 actions? You give actions to it. Okay. So it's essentially you can be in 2 places at once, but you also have like creature movement capabilities of whatever your Eidolon is. Oh, I'm sure there's like 2 action abilities for the summoner where you do something and the Eidolon do something. So like you can pincer attack a creature or something like that, an enemy. Many warriors rely on brute force, weighty armor, or cumbersome weapons. For you, battle is a dance. Okay, so this is... This is essentially an extremely dexterous fighter. It's a flamboyant dex fighter, essentially. It sounds like they get some additional abilities that the fighter doesn't, for obvious reasons. Like being able to counter or block enemy attacks with a simple ability.
I'm Commander Shepard, and Awesome Matt G is my favorite streamer on Twitch.
Hey, Chikari, thanks for the sub. Thank you very much. Welcome to watching an idiot try to figure out Pathfinder. Your main mechanic is literally doing flashy stuff so you can charge up a finishing move. Oh. Okay. So it's kind of like a dex. It's a heavy build dex fighter from D&D 5th edition crossed with a rogue from World of Warcraft. Think Inigo Montoya. Yeah, essentially. One subclass insults opponents and one does acrobatics. Gotcha. Thaumaturge. Use your implements and diverse arsenal of mystic tools and tricks to assist in combat. Always presenting the right bane to exploit enemies' weaknesses or shield your allies against the supernatural. So this is what I was thinking the other class was, the investigator originally. This is essentially like a hard focus on support. This is a hard support character. Thaumaturge is a martial class that focuses on magic abilities, not spells. Weird. Well, thanks, Shikari. I very much appreciate it. We're doing a really weird one-off stream where I try to figure out Pathfinder 2nd Edition now that D&D sucks dick. Okay. You command powerful magic not through study or devotion to any ideal, but as a vessel or agent for a mysterious otherworldly patron. Okay, so witch is essentially one that even you don't understand entirely. This entity may be a covert divinity, a powerful fae, a manifestation or natural energies, an ancient spirit, or any other supernatural being. But its nature is likely as much a mystery to you as it is to anyone else. Through a special familiar, your patron grants you versatile spells and powerful hexes to use as you see fit. But you're never certain the gifts will... Okay, yeah. They don't have an Eldritch Blast equivalent. But they are a full spellcaster. Okay. So, yeah. So, they are essentially a warlock, just not exactly a warlock. Obviously, they don't have Eldritch Blast because that's a D&D specific thing. But wizards are wizards. Got it. Wizards are the same as they are everywhere else. I always played my warlock as a spellcaster instead of an Eldritch Blast spammer. Okay. Expanded class archetypes. Archetypes are something that don't come in until later, right? Like, it's a thing, it's just not a thing you need to concern yourself with. That's multi-classing. Okay. Gunslinger spell shot. Okay, yeah, I get it. It almost all seems to be magical based. Except Rune Lord. It's the Rune Lord specialization. Okay. Let's go champion. I have an idea for a champion style character. Anti-magic, anti-tech, artisan. Archetypes are class archetypes have to be chosen at level 1 because they change the way you spellcast. That's a special rule set. Astrologer, back alley doctor, gross. Barrister. Sorry, I'm fighting the collectors right now. Child of the Twin Village. I did not read Clock Fighter. Engineering ability? No. Cultist. Curandero. Deputy detective, discarded duplicate. Oh, that sounds sick. Oh, hold on, I gotta read this. Could you imagine what's the race that's just like a flesh monster? Be a flesh monster discarded duplicate? That's lore, like backstory wise, that's just hilarious. Eidolon Contact, Emissary, Feral Child. Man, some of these are really cool. Genie Blast Gladiator. Gold Hand Arms Dealer. Junk Collector. What are these? I don't know what the orange means. Or brown, whatever it is. Oh, so I guess that's common. Uncommon is blue and rare is the yellow-ish. Oh, Pilgrim. Saved by Clockwork. Huh. Let me go over these again real quick. Religious or monastery, cloister, nope. Arbor, what? You gain the risky surgery skill feat? That sounds stupid. Wisdom or charisma, and then one free ability. You are trained in the lore skill associated with the deity who blessed you. If you know their identity, or else in a lore skill of the GM's choice if you don't. You can either cast Guidance as a divine innate spell at will, or you can gain a similar blessed determined by the king. By the king? Ah! But we'll stay with that. How are you only halfway through your shift? I know, right? Spellcasting is charisma with a champion. Really? Unexpected. What's emissary? A diplomat or mess? Okay. Kind of leaning towards blessed at the moment. Junk collector mining. Crafter's appraisal. Interesting. Focus spells, you get them back on short rests. Oh. Ouch. Magical merchant, no. Martial discipline, no. Necromancer's apprentice. You are trained in Arcana and Necromancy lore. You gain the quick identification. That would be a cool thing to pick up. Press ganged. What the hell is that? Wait, no. Yellow is uncommon. Blue is rare. Oh. Scholar religion. You gain the assurance skill feat. Glad you can't click on that, see what that is. Okay. Assurance is just like, it worked. It didn't fail, but it also wasn't amazingly successful. Yeah, it's guaranteed, but it can be weaker than rolling. Let's just go with blessed. All right. Okay. So heritage not selected. Ah. Gotcha. Oathkeeper? +1 circumstance bonus to perception checks to sense the motive and to perception DCs against attempts to lie to me. Furthermore, you get +2 circumstances to diplomacy and a -4 penalty to lying and deception. Go with Oathkeeper Dwarf. I was gonna go with Death Warden, but Oathkeeper sounds more along the lines of what I'm going for. Class feat, Ancestry feat. Oh, this is cool. They just gray out all the others. Nice. Adaptive Vision. Venge in Glory. You honor your allies. Wait, trigger. An ally within 30 feet gains the dying condition. That seems really specific. Clan Pistol, no. See, I've never really liked the idea of killing someone with a failed medicine check. Vengeful Hatred. Choose one of the following dwarven ancestral foes: Drow, Duragar, Giant, or Orc. Wait, if you went with an elf, is one of the heritages of an elf Drow? Because I did not see Duragar for dwarves. No. So are Drow Drow and Duergar are not playable. No playable Drow at the moment. Huh. Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll get added at some point. Too popular of a race now. Yeah, Dwarven Weapon Familiarity. That sounds good. Class feat. Deity's Domain. You embody an aspect of your deity. Use one of your deity's domains from those listed on 441. You can gain the domain's initial domain spell as a devotion spell. I don't know what a devotion spell is. If you can't play an edgy orphan drow rogue, then you're not playing. Desperate Prayer. So this is what y'all were saying about focus points for champions. You begin your turn and you have no focus points. I call out to my deity in a plea for their aid and instantly recover 1 focus point. So this would be like the ability to cast a relatively low level spell. 1 focus point. Natural shield grip, what is that? Focus spells are automatically heightened based on your level, as are cantrips. I'm gonna go with Deity's Domain. Alright. Dark Vision. Champion's Code. Deific. You zealously bear your deity's favorite weapon. If it's uncommon, you gain access to it. If it's an unarmed attack with D4 die or a simple weapon, increase the damage die by 1 step. Okay. Like the base focus spell for a champion is Lay on Hands, so you get heal for 1 focus point. If your god has a bad weapon, it no longer sucks. All right, deity and cause. Let's look at that. Nope, not anti-paladin. Desecrator. Neutral evil. Nope. Chaotic good. Neutral good. Your cause drives you to be a compassionate, kind, and full of hope and forgiveness. You gain the glimpse of redemption champion's reaction and the Lay on Hands champion power. Your paladin's code consists of the tenets of good, followed by these tenets. You must try to redeem or rehabilitate those who commit evil acts rather than immediately killing them or Others get melting out, meting out undeserved punishment. However, if they choose to continue on a wicked path, you might need to take more extreme measures, especially if innocents would come to harm. You must show compassion for others regardless of their authority or station. This tyrant. You must act with honor, never cheating, lying, or taking advantage of others. You must respect the lawful authority of the legitimate ruler or leadership in whichever land you may be, following their laws unless they violate a higher tenor. The legitimate ruler. So that could be understood by the paladin as somebody has been overthrown and they are the legitimate ruler, but they're not currently in power. I could follow the rules of the legitimate ruler that was overthrown, not necessarily the one who's currently in power. Okay. Desecrator. Subvert or corrupt everything in your path that is pure and good. Jesus Christ. Follow the law unless the law is corrupt, essentially. You must respect the choices others make for their own lives and can't force someone to act in a particular way or threaten them if they don't act that way. You must demand and fight for the freedom of others to make their own decisions. You must never engage in the countenance of slavery or tyranny. I mean, that seems... It's chaotic good, but it also doesn't seem bad at all. Let's go with Paladin. Just straight up Paladin. Select Domain. Abomination. Yeah, I know. There's like this perception of the alignment tree or grid that chaotic is also bad. It's or crazy. It's not. You gain temporary hit points equal to the targeting creature's level plus your spellcasting ability modifier. The targeted creature was undead, double the number of temporary hit points you gain. Yeah, you're chaotic, you're not bad or crazy. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, David? I kind of like this idea. My concept for the character I'm like roughly building is extreme extreme hatred of undead, like your stereotypical paladin. So this would be great. As I'm killing enemies, I'm getting healed for that. And if the enemies are undead, who I hate the most, it's doubled. That doesn't seem bad. Like what else is there? That's Pharasma. Death is Pharasma. Why doesn't it tell us that? I'm interested in like D&D gods. That stuff's interesting. Pharasma is the undead god hater. So she would be the death domain, essentially. She would be in the death domain. Which is why I would get healed more if I kill undead. Or does this stuff not even equate to gods? Naga? Okay. Domains are directly based on the god you choose. I didn't choose a god. Is there a place in here to choose it? What is undead? Oh, so like you choose the domain and then you choose and always pick the domain and work backwards. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. All right, death. Let's go with death. I like that one because if I'm going to be killing a lot of undead, I want them to heal me. I can use the ability. Is that innate? What is that? Initial domain power death. So I would activate my domain power in combat. If like I'm getting in combat with a bunch of undead, I would activate my domain power and for a full minute. I would just be like killing and healing. Are rounds 6 seconds like they are in D&D, or are they longer? Six seconds? Okay. So 1 minute would be 10 rounds. 10 rounds is a long time. At least it is in D&D. Like, you cast that and 10 rounds, I'm like, you could slaughter dozens of undead in that time frame. Ouch. Okay. So I guess I'd choose the god later. Skill training. Lore patron deity. This temp HP stack. Was that temp HP? I thought that was heal. Death. Temp HP uses the highest. Oh, it is temp HP. But if I kill an enemy that has equal to the target creature's level plus your spellcasting modifier. So if I killed a higher level creature and I had not used all my hit, I hadn't taken any damage since the last time I got temp HP, the new higher number would overwrite my existing temp HP. Let's say my spellcasting modifier is 4, and I kill a level 2 creature. That's 6. And then I go and kill a level 3 creature. That's 7. Even though I haven't taken damage between the two, now my temp HP is 7 instead of 6. Gotcha. Plus, essentially, you can see this as kind of healing for a minute, because if I take damage equal to my temp HP and go kill another guy, I just reset my temp HP. I'm essentially healing the temp HP pool. I like it. Not taking damage is healing. I mean, yeah. Resetting your... Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it, too. Resetting your temp HP is essentially healing. Does this scroll? It does scroll. Okay. Oh, you can add lores. Lore patron. I can't get expert because this is essentially level 1. there are infinite number of lore skills. I guess it's whatever the DM determines is useful. He could say, you gain lore in beards. And now you're just like, you know a lot about beards. Yeah, it's a minute-long recharging shield as long as you keep killing things, especially undead. I could pick lore in lawn tending. I can make the grass outside of our cottage look amazing. But I also need nature. Underwater basket weaving lore. Sure. Let's see, athletics. Go with diplomacy. Ah, bear lore. Deity skill. Well, yeah. It would make sense my deity skill would be religion, but hey DM, I was a farmhand. Can I have plowing lore? Oh, I know how to plow. Think. I would not have deception. Society? Society makes sense. Okay, so that's all for level 1. That is a lot for level 1. That's crazy. Alright, level 2, class feat. Vengeful Oath. You've sworn an oath to hunt down wicked evildoers and bring them to judgment. And the following tenant. Wow. Add the following tenet to your code after others. You must hunt down and exterminate evil creatures that have committed heinous atrocities as long as you have a reasonable chance of success and aren't engaging in a mission that would prevent your doings. You can use lay on hands to damage a creature you witness harming an innocent or a good ally as if they were undead. In this case, lay on hands deals good damage instead of positive damage and gains the good trait. The good damage can affect non-evil creatures. This doesn't prevent you from healing such a creature with lay on hands. You choose whether to heal or harm. Oh, shit. No. You've sworn oh, here we go. You have sworn an oath to put the undead to rest. Add the following tenet. You must end the existence of undead you encounter, as long as you have a reasonable chance of success. In the unlikely event that you find a good undead, you can try to work out a more peaceful way to help it recover from its undead state rather than destroying it in combat, such as helping it complete an unfinished business or find peace. Your retributive strikes gain +4 circumstance bonus to damage against undead, or 6 if you have a master proficiency with the weapon used. Your glimpse of redemption's resistance against damage from an undead is 7 plus your level. Use a liberating step triggered by an undead. Your ally gains +4 circumstance bonus to checks granted by your liberating step, and the ally can step twice afterward. Don't consider undead to be legitimate authorities, even in nations ruled by undead. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, Shining. Remember that. Wow, mental effect. Undead Nation, rise up. Bro, I'm gonna go in there and just start hacking. Smack, smack. Ranged reprisal, Fiend's Bane Oath. Corruption of Fiends, okay. That's essentially Shining Oath, but for fiends. Dragon Slayer Oath, Divine Grace. Voted Guardian. Yeah, no, let's just go with Shining. Everstand Feat Tree is pretty cool. It makes you Captain America. What is Everstand? Skill feats. No cause for alarm, 3 actions. You attempt to reduce panic. Attempt a diplomacy check. Comparing it to the will DC of the creatures in a 10-foot emanation around you who are frightened. Each one of them is temporarily immune for an hour. Critical success. Reduce the frightened value by 2. Bro. Huh. Group impression. Sorry, what? When you make an impression, you can compare your diplomacy check result to the will's DC of 2 targets instead of 1. Possible to get a different degree of success for each target. The number of targets increases to 4 if you're an expert, 10 if you're a master, and 25 if you're low. Armor Assist. After you service aiding armored combatants, you are practiced in helping yourself and others don heavy gear. Gain additional lore. Well, interesting. You can use high jump or long jump as a single action instead of 2 actions. If you do, you don't perform the initial stride, nor do you fall, nor do you fail if you don't stride 10 feet. That could be useful. Skill increase. Expert in diplomacy. Wait. Cancel. Divine ally? Blade. Spirit of battle dwells within your weapon. Spirit of battle dwells within your armaments. Select one weapon or hand wraps when you make daily preparations. In your hands, that item gains the effect of a property rune. For a champion following the tenets of good, choose disrupting, ghost touch, returning, or shifting. You can also gain the weapon's critical specialization effect. For a champion following evil, choose fearsome, returning, or shifting. The shield's hardiness is increased by 2 and its HP and BT increased by half? What is that? So your shield has hit points. And BT. I don't know what BT is. Still don't know what BT is. Was it like battle toughness or something? Break threshold. Half of the HP of an item. I don't know what disrupting, a ghost touch, returning, or shifting. Shifting. Within a moment of manipulation, you can shift the weapon into a different weapon with a similar form. Okay. Disrupting is kill undead. Ghost touch is touch ghosts. Okay, that's straightforward enough. Shifting is change the shape of your weapon. I guess that's so you could change from like a D6 to a D8 weapon or something. And then the last one is returning. I guess that would be for thrown weapons. Daggers and stuff. Pops back in your hand. I guess for me, I would go with disrupting. Oh, okay, yeah. Bludgeoning versus like piercing or slashing. Gotcha. Choose Fortitude, Reflex, Will Saves, or Perception. You become an expert at your choice. Die Hard? Discreet inquiry, okay. Experienced professional. Okay. Wow, fast recovery looks good. Improvised repair. You are skilled at making quick fixes to damaged equipment, but your fixes aren't meant to last forever. You make a quick repair to a broken, non-magical item in your possession until the item takes damage again. You can use it as a shoddy item of its type. Keen follower. Hmm. Prescient planner? Ride? Student of the Cannon, Titan Wrestler, Toughness. General feats let you what is standard dying rules? I don't know. Death. An effect with the death trait kills you immediately if it reduces your HP to 0. Oh, so it sounds like death saves, but it only requires 4 for you to die. You die at dying 4. Okay. Then there was there's Die Hard, which says I die at dying 5. See you later, Baka. Thanks for hanging out. No stream tomorrow, by the way. I'm going to be watching Vox Machina pretty much all night. I think I like fast recovery. Let's do that one. Fast recovery sounds sick. Skill feat. Yeah, that's essentially how it works in, or actually in D&D it's 3 death saves, not 4. That's essentially how it works in D&D. If you fail 2 death saving throws and then you get knocked unconscious again in the same fight or in the same 24-hour period, between long rests, if you get knocked down again, you immediately start at 2 failed death saves. I mean, that's how it works. That's how it works in D&D as well. A death save doesn't stabilize you. A death save, you have to get 3 successful death saves to stabilize. Yeah, now, if you roll a natural 20, you immediately come to life with 1 hit point. That's just a critical save. And if you roll a natural 1, you do 2 failed death save. So it would be essentially dropping down 2 levels, going down 2 levels of dying if you roll a 1 on your death save. It doesn't, like, there's a little intricacy difference between Pathfinder and Pathfinder 2 and 5e as far as death saves are considered, but like relatively they sound somewhat similar. Yeah, you could roll 1,000 failed and 1,000 successfuls and never actually hit 0 or 4 because you're constantly just going up and down, up and down, up and down, and never come out of it. Yeah, in 5e, one way or the other, after 5 rolls will determine your status. You either die or come to life after 5 rolls. Yeah, it sounds like it's easier to actually like straight up die, but the amount of time between falling and between unconscious and death is longer and can be dragged out a lot longer too. It sounds like. I'm gonna go with reading lips. Yeah, of course. Same in 5e. Huh. A creature that recovers hit points with lay on hands within a 10-foot plus gains a plus 10-foot status to its speed until the end of turn. You stand strong in the face of danger and inspire your allies to do the same. Whenever you become frightened, reduce the condition value by 1 to a minimum of 0. At the end of your turn, when you would reduce your frightened condition value by 1, you also reduce the value by 1 for all allies within 15 feet. Your faith makes you resistant to disease, protecting you as you offer succor to the ill. You gain +1 status bonus to saves against diseases. In addition, if you roll a success on a save against the disease, you get a critical success. Frightened is very powerful in Pathfinder 2. It's -1 to everything. The Sunblade. That doesn't apply. Mercy. Well, I guess Aura of Courage would be good then. Prerequisites, Tenant of... So this is just on all the time? As long as my character is good, this reduction in fear works? Am I reading that right? It's on while I'm awake. Well, shit. Bro, you'd be dumb not to take a, what are they called? Passive. Passives are so good. They're never quite nearly as powerful as actives, but they always work. Ancestry feats, blast resistance. You gain resistance 3 to Sonic. Clan Protector. Your clan dagger can protect your allies as easily as yourself. When you use the interact action to gain a circumstance bonus to AC from your clan dagger's parry trait, you can grant the circumstance bonus to an adjacent ally instead of yourself. You can use multiple interact actions to protect multiple allies, or to protect yourself and an ally. The ally benefits from the bonus AC only when they are adjacent to you. Okay, so if I do that and they move away, they lose the bonus. That makes sense. Defy the Darkness sounds good. I never have to worry about darkness spells at all. Wait, you've learned cunning techniques to get the best effects out of your dwarven weapons. When you critically hit using a battle axe, pick, warhammer, or other dwarven weapon, you apply the weapon's critical specialization effect. Warhammer. Ooh. Yep, that's broke. Let's look at pick. Yep, looks like their sight's down right now. Edge. Your weapon's critical specialization effect. You have 2 easy tools. Ugh. Ugh. Critical specialization effect. Target is knocked prone. Oh, thank the gods. Okay, what about pick? Critical specialization effect. What? Pick weapon. Martial melee weapon. Here we go. The pick viciously pierces the target, who takes 2 additional damage per weapon damage die. Well, that was pretty good. Battle axe. Choose 1 creature adjacent to the initial target within reach. Its AC is lower than your attack roll result for a critical hit. You deal damage to that creature equal to the result of the damage die when you rolled, including extra die for a potency rune, if any. The amount isn't doubled. Oh, this amount isn't doubled, and no bonuses or other additional die can apply. Okay, that's fine. So it's essentially like cleave. Okay, that's interesting. Sheltering slab. The stone around you is your ally, and you have learned to use it to shore up your weaknesses. As long as you remain on the ground and are adjacent to a vertical stone wall that rises to your height or taller, you aren't flat-footed against attacks as a result of being flanked. This works even if you are at the outside corner of the wall. I kind of like Defy Darkness. I can essentially never be, well, it doesn't say you can't be blinded, you just can't be blinded by natural or magical darkness. Like that. Skill increase. Religion. Ability bonus. Strength. Wait. Champion was charisma, right? So I should make that at least 0. Champion should give you a specialization just by leveling up. Yeah, I did it. Set attributes. Wait, I can change that one. Oh. Let's go. Now my charisma's +1. Yay! It set them automatically. I just didn't go in and change them. Weapon I want. Martial. A Warhammer. Oh no, just give it to me. Defense. Well, that's cool. How do I save this dude? I have to log in. You know what? Sign in with Google. Oh, never mind. Not doing that. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Save character local. Oh. Main folder. I don't even know what the main folder is, but accept. Very small limit on items. That's fine. I'm not actively going to be playing a character. I'm just like messing around. So I'm not all that super concerned about it. But good to know. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop there for tonight, everybody. Oh, goodness. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out.